Hi and welcome back to another video. Now this is a request from Moodster. Now Moodster got in contact with me and asked me, Gary, can you do a video on football games on a Commodore Amiga? And I thought, why not? There are some absolute classics out there for the system. So to help me get through this one, I turned to my friend Sensible World of Soccer 1 over on Instagram. Now he is mad on football games, especially on the Amiga. So without further ado, let's take a look at some of the best football/soccer games on the Commodore Amiga. First we have Microprose Soccer, and this was released in 1989. And you guessed it, this was published by Microprose themselves. Now this is a fun top-down game. It's an early game on the Amiga, but it's got two elements to it. You got your outdoor football, which is based on European leagues, and also you got your indoor football too, which is lots of fun as well. Great in two players, and also is a classic for its time. Now I'm going to show you the very first football game I played on my Amiga, and it's Kick-Off. Released in 1989, and this was published by Encore Software. Now Dino Dini is the guy behind this game, because he liked his top-down football, but there was something wrong with it. And that problem was the ball was always stuck to the player's feet. So he decided to create a game with ball control for the first time. And this game is a masterpiece for its time. There's great action in it, great gameplay, and if you want to score goals, you gotta keep our ball. Fantastic game, this one. Player Manager, and this was released in 1990, and this was also published by Encore Software. Now Dino Dini's back in this one too. After the success of Kick-Off, he decided he wanted to go down the managerial route of football, and he done a great job creating this game. It's all in it. You got to manage your teams, with your players, the grounds, and everything else about it. Absolute classic, this one. Manchester United Europe. This was released in 1991 and published by Chrysalis Software. Now they made a few Man United games over the years, but this is one of my favourites. I'm not a Manchester United fan, but it's still a great game. You can play as other teams too, and on top of that as well, you play all the European Cups and so on. Fantastic game with great graphics and gameplay. Next we have Striker, released in 1992, and this was published by Rage Software. Now Striker is a forced perspective 3D view football game. You've got 64 international teams in it, with European style knockout cups as well. It's a fantastic game, it's got great pace in it, great sound and graphics as well. Arcade football time now, and this is European Football Champ, and this was released in 1992 and published by Denmark. Now the arcade original is a great game, the Amiga version ain't bad either. The graphics might not be up to the arcade standard, but the gameplay certainly is. Plenty of fun in it, and even better in two players this one. Sensible Soccer, European Champions, released in 1992, and this was published by Renegade Software. Now the original Sensible Soccer is a great game, but they decided to take it one step further. They introduced European football, and on top of that as well, they even improved on the referees' decisions with the yellow cards. The goalkeeper's vast improved as well, and yeah, this is an absolute classic on the Amiga, and a game you need to try. European Champions, released in 1993, and this was published by Ocean. Now Ocean wanted a piece of the football pie at the time, and he's certainly done a great job with this game. He's unique because he's got two different views in it. You got your kick-off top-down view, and also you got your Manchester United side-to-side view. You got 32 of the best European club teams in it too. Yeah, this game is certainly a little hidden gem. Go, released in 1993, and this was published by Virgin Games. Dino Dini is back, and this time he's brought his kick-off influence with him. because he's moved on to a different publisher. But this is a cracking game. You got your side to side view and also you got your top down view. There's many features in it too, like wind speeds, types of pitches, match lengths and so on. It's a fantastic game, and this is another game you don't hear of much on the Amiga. Premier Manager 2. This was released in 1993 and published by Gremlin Graphics. There are many Premier Manager games out there published by Gremlin, so I gone with the second one. And this is a fantastic game. It's all hands on. You gotta look after your team, you gotta sort out tactics, look after your ground, look after injured players and so on. It's all in there. It's a fantastic game and this will take you hours to do. Championship Manager 93, and this was published by Dormark. Yep, this is a great managerial football game on the Amiga, and a very popular one too. This is a sequel to the original Championship Manager, and if you haven't played this one, I certainly recommend you doing so, because this is a great game. Empire Soccer 94, and this was released in 1994 and published by Empire Software. Now Empire Soccer is certainly a different type of top-down football game. It reminds me more of Speedball, where your goal in this game is to upgrade your players with special moves before you start the game, and you do some crazy shots and so on in the game itself. It's more arcadey and simulation, but it's certainly a fun game to play. FIFA International Soccer, released in 1994 and published by Electronic Arts. Now, FIFA International Soccer is the very first FIFA game in the series, and as far as I can tell, it's the only one that was ever released on the Amiga. But it's a great game. It's got isometric view, and you've got all your international teams in it too. It does run a bit slow on times, but it's still fun to play. Sierra Soccer, World Challenge Edition, and this was released in 1994 and published by Sierra Online. Now, Sierra Soccer is an unlicensed version of the World Cup 94, but it's still a great game. You got all your teams in it, and on top of that as well, you got your slightly angled top-down view as well. A unique for its time, and it's a great game. Ultimate Soccer Manager, released in 1995, and this was published by Impression Games. Now, Ultimate Soccer Manager is a great game. It's got full icon driven interface in it, you've got your 4 top English football leagues in it too, and great music and graphics to go with it. Kickoff 2, released in 1990 and published by Enco. Now, Kickoff 2 is one of my favourite football games on the Amiga. Kickoff 1 was a great game, but Kickoff 2 adds our extra to it. In that include international teams, different pitch types and so on. And the following year they went one even better again. They released Return to Europe, and in that one you got your European club teams and European competition. Fantastic game and one you need to play. Sensible World of Soccer 96 to 97 season, published by Renegade. This is a fantastic game, and this is my favourite football game on the Amiga. Because it's got it all. It's got club teams, it's got international teams, it's got all the tournaments you want, and so on. It's a great game, it's got great music, sound and graphics. And if you want to take it out extra bit further, you can even update the game so you can play the most recent seasons. Recently I played the 22 to 23 season on it. It's hard, but all the teams and players are in it. If there's one football game you want to play on the Amiga, this is certainly it. Thank you all for watching. I'd like to say thank you to Sensible Soccer 1 and Moodster 2 for getting involved with this video, and I catch you all again soon.